All right, let's get right into it. If you've ever traded, you know that feeling, right? You get this perfect signal, you're ready to go, and then it just vanishes. It's so frustrating, and honestly, it can be really expensive. Well, today we're going to look at a pretty wild solution that has nothing to do with Wall Street and everything to do with a machine shop.
So yeah, there's a name for that chaos, whiplash. This quote just hits the nail on the head. You see it, right? A clear trend, the indicator lights up, you're about to jump in, and then, poof, gone. The market just snaps back, the indicator repaints itself like it was never there. And your shot? Well, it's gone. And maybe some of your money too.
So let's just be super clear here. Whiplash is basically what happens when the tools you're relying on are, well, unreliable. They give you all these false starts, you start to doubt everything, and it leads to some very, very real losses. I mean, think about it. It's like trying to build a house with a tape measure that just keeps changing its numbers. It would drive you absolutely insane, right? That's what this is.
Okay, but here's where things get really interesting. Instead of just piling on another super complex financial formula to try and beat the market, what if we threw all that out? What if we just changed our whole point of view? What if the answer wasn't in some finance textbook, but in an engineering blueprint?
And that's the big idea right here. Thinking like an engineer. It's about taking these rock-solid principles from mechanical engineering, things like process control, and applying them to this messy, chaotic financial problem. It's a huge shift, you know? You're swapping the mindset of a gambler for the mindset of someone who builds bridges, things that are designed to be reliable, safe, and predictable.
And this is our hero. The simple, humble Ratchet. I mean, the concept is just beautiful in its simplicity, isn't it? It only allows movement in one direction. Click, it moves forward. And the key part, it can't slip back. It just can't. And that simple no-slip idea, that is the secret sauce to this whole thing. Okay, look at this. It's the perfect contrast, right? It's like night and day. On one side, you've got the total chaos of standard indicators. They repaint, they disappear, they just add noise and confusion. But on the other side, you've got the Ratchet protocol. Zero repainting, a lock-in validation sequence. Everything is designed for clarity. This isn't just a better indicator, you guys. It's a whole different way of thinking.
So the big question is, how do you actually take this cool mechanical idea and turn it into a trading system? Well, you do it with something called the D-level Cascade. Think of it as our digital Ratchet. Let's dig in and see how it works.
Okay, so it all comes down to a three-step validation process, kind of like a series of checkpoints or gates. First up, level 1, environment. The system takes a high-level look and asks, is the market stable enough to even play in? If it's too crazy, that gate stays locked shut, period. But if it's stable, click. The first gate opens and we move to level 2, bias. Now it's looking for a confirmed shift in direction. And only if that second gate opens does it even bother to look for a specific entry signal at level 3, the trigger. And you can see that flow perfectly here. See how it only moves in one direction? Environment, then bias, then trigger. Each one is a gate that has to open before you can get to the next one. And once a level is passed, click, it locks in. Just like that tool from the workshop, there's no going back, no slipping. And this is really the magic of the Ratchet effect. Let's say the environment check passes, so gate 1 is open. But then the bias check fails. Now, a normal indicator would just flicker off, right? Reset to 0. But not this. It holds. It waits patiently at level 1. And that simple act of waiting completely gets rid of that nervous, jittery feeling you get from indicators that are constantly flickering on and off. It just feels so much more stable. Okay, so we've got this amazing logic on the back end. But that's only half the battle, isn't it? How do you actually show this to a trader who's under a ton of pressure? Because great system design isn't just about the code, it's about the human on the other end. That user interface has to be just as bulletproof as the logic behind it.
So this is where you start. The default state is red. Safety lock engaged. It's a big, clear, unambiguous signal that says one thing: stop. Do not trade. The market environment is unstable, and the system is literally locking you out to protect you from yourself.
But then, once the market stabilizes, click, the system shifts to yellow. Ratchet active. This is the get ready state. It's telling you, okay, the coast is clear, the environment is good, we're on standby now, just waiting for the next 2 conditions to line up. It's all about patient readiness.
And finally, the moment you've been waiting for. Green. System open. This light only comes on when every single check, environment, bias, and trigger has passed, in that exact order. It's a completely validated, crystal-clear signal to take action. The system has done all the hard work and thinking for you, giving you simple clarity when you need it most.
So when you break it down, the power of this dashboard is pretty simple. First, you've got these static blocks. No more confusing squiggly lines all over the place. Second, it's designed to be noiseless. It uses these cool adaptive clouds to literally hide the distracting price chatter, so you only focus on what matters. And the most important part, that green block will never turn red again. It can't repaint. And that, right there, is how you build real trust in a system.
All right, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. Let's see how this incredible logic and the super clear interface come together to create a full industrial-strength system for trading.
So there's one last piece to this puzzle, and it acts like a safety valve. What this means is that even if you, the user, try to force a trade when you shouldn't, the system runs one final check. It's like a pre-flight checklist. And if all 3 levels aren't perfectly green, the trade is blocked. It's a final firewall that enforces discipline, even when you might not have it.
And here you can see the whole journey. I mean, it's pretty amazing. It all started with one simple mechanical tool, the Ratchet. But that tiny idea grows and blossoms into a complete industrial philosophy for how to approach the markets. A philosophy that's built on safety, on quality, on maintenance. It's about taking something that feels random and chaotic and turning it into a structured, predictable process.
You know, if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this quote. We don't need more indicators. We really don't. We've got plenty of data. What we need is better logic. The problem has always been the shaky, chaotic way we try to make sense of it all. The answer is building things with structure, with safety, and with a clear sequence.
And that really leaves us with a big question to chew on, doesn't it? This way of thinking, of applying simple, mechanical, step-by-step logic, it's way bigger than just finance. So what other really complex, chaotic systems out there could be fixed, not by throwing more data at them, but just by applying some simple, structured logic?